Okay, so I've done a couple of new construction tours, so I wanted to take some time and dedicate a video to going over the pros and cons of purchasing a new construction home. Hey, it's the artsy realtor here, Glenice Johnson with artformhomes, brokered by eXp Realty. And yes, I am back in my original setting. And also, yes, I am still in my glasses because I've got some new specs that don't give as much as a glaring, blinding glare. You're gonna see this ring because it's, you're gonna see that, but you can still see my eyes. So I don't know when the next time I'll have a full face of makeup on. I don't know. I'm very comfortable, so I just wanted to point that out. But anyway, I wanted to dedicate this video to going over the pros and cons of new construction. I do think this is a really, really good avenue to go in your home purchase options or strategies, with the market being the way that it is, and so many people, running towards putting in offers on retail homes, or I'll say resale homes. New construction, the business is booming just a little bit because people are starting to turn away from that, go towards new construction, because when it comes to inventory, builders are making the inventory. They're not left up to what's already available. They can make more. So I wanted to kind of delve into the pros and cons of this one, because having all the facts can be helpful in you making an educated decision. So we're going to start with the pros, and then we're going to end with the cons, and then you are left to make the choice if this is something you could be interested in or can be a path for you. Okay, so I got 4 pros, 4 cons. So let's start with the pros. Pro number 1 is, with new construction, you are purchasing a brand new, fully upgraded home. I think I've spoken about this in my tour videos before. It's a brand new upgraded home. You're not dealing with homes that have had wear and tear for maybe 10, 20 years, and things that may have components that may be breaking down in a few years. You've got less maintenance costs within the first few years, because again, they're brand new. A lot of these components are coming with long-term warranties, because again, they are brand new. So you don't have to negotiate heavy about getting certain things fixed. Now granted, you should definitely still pursue an inspection, because these are human beings creating these houses. But as far as wear and tear and things that have been needing to be repaired for a long time, that either you have to bypass getting the seller fixed, which you've already agreed to not request repairs in order to be competitive, you can avoid that altogether by pursuing a new construction home. Okay, pro number 2, you got customization. Okay, so as a part of my all my endeavors to talk about my business called artformhomes, and I want to help make home ownership an art form and make this journey unique and tailored to you. This kind of flows into it. It's customization. You can choose a lot of the beautiful aesthetic components of your new construction home, from the carpets to the flooring to the countertops. You've got so many options that you can choose from, and then you can make this home specialized to you. So third pro is that these homes are energy efficient. These homes are built, like I said, brand new, so they're going to be following the latest priorities and trends of home building today. And one of the biggest priorities is going to be energy efficiency. So all the components of the homes are energy efficient, which is also going to save you money on utilities. All right, and last but not least on these pros, because I have four for each. Home builders are motivated sellers. They're literally creating homes to sell to you. So on the adverse to that, you're not dealing with a seller who has some type of emotional emotional attachment to the home. You're not dealing with a seller who has a different opinion about what something's worth. You're not going back and forth about negotiating for petty things. You are dealing with someone who wants to sell you this home. There's no back and forth. There's no extra riffraff that can come when two human beings are dealing with a negotiation. You as a buyer are dealing with a company at large, and as a company, naturally, they're building homes. They're naturally motivated to sell you that home. All right, that's a huge benefit. Okay, so let's talk about the cons. Okay, because you gotta know what your drawbacks are. It's important for you, any decision that you're gonna be making. to know all that you're getting yourself into. So a few cons with new construction is, first con is that not all builders are the same. They're not all going to be providing the same thing. Not all of them are going to be up to the same standards. It's really important for you to do some homework, to get some reviews, to talk with some people that you know that did new construction, to talk about their experiences with their particular builders. There can be drawbacks in what any particular builder may do and may not do. So it's important to kind of get that background information, to know what you're getting yourself into when you're making that choice. Now, sometimes you may not have a choice if a builder has a monopoly on a certain area you want to be in. However, it really is important for you to kind of get the background on that particular builder before you make that choice to pursue their products in their community. All right, con number 2. Even though it's customized, you do have limited options. Like, you do not have the full range to decide how your house is going to look from the ground up. It's working within parameters. So you've got choices, but they're within limits. Because you're dealing with an already pre-built template. You're going to choose a template, and you're going to choose their already determined specifications and customizations. In addition to that, you may have upgrades that come with the property, and they are not cheap. So there may be certain things you really want, but it's going to cost you to get those. So that's another con within that. However, I will say the limiting options could also be a pro. If you're someone that can get a little overwhelmed when there's too many decisions to make, kind of having a built-in template to kind of go off of, unless you're like a full-fledged home designer, you may not want to deal with too many options. So that could kind of be a pro and a con. Okay. All right, next con is that obviously you have to wait for the construction. You've got a little bit of time. You got to let them build the house, which I'll say this. A lot of times my buyers that are living in apartments, a lot of times I notice them wanting to wait towards the, as you get closer towards the end of their lease. And it may not be beneficial for you to do that, especially in the general retail market. If you're trying to find a house, even one that's been on the market, that's not a new construction, that's a regular, wear and tear, old build. A lot of times it might be more beneficial for you to start a lot sooner. So consider starting a lot sooner in your journey if you have a few months left in your lease, so that you give yourself time to, number one, figure out what you're going to do as far as your home ownership strategy, whether you're going to do retail or do new construction, or even do retail and utilize a renovation loan. This is also going to take some time to renovate as well. You're going to need to give yourself a cushion of time. So yeah, that is a con, but it can be a con that's overcome if you're planning ahead. All right, and the last con I believe that will come with new construction is that you can't negotiate the price. You're going to be hard pressed to negotiate a price on these new construction. And honestly, you can understand this if you're thinking about the difference between purchasing something that's brand new versus something that's used. Usually if it's used, you're going to account for that in a negotiating scenario where you're negotiating a price down, because it's not, I guess, typically as valuable as a brand sparkling new item. But if you think about it that way, it can make sense. Also, the builders are going to be very adamant on not wanting to lower the market value of their community as a whole. So they're not going to necessarily negotiate the price with you. However, you can get other means of making it more affordable for you. A lot of times they will give discounts and financial incentives for you to purchase with them. Like, I know the Springs Crossing community that I went into a couple of weeks back, they were offering like a $3,000 credit if you chose the lender that was partnered with them. So there's a ways around it. They provide ways around it for you to participate in purchasing a new construction from their communities. It's just not going to be in lowering the price. Okay, so those are all the pros and cons. It's not every pro and con, but I wanted to kind of give a little bit more insight on the new construction process. As always, you're gonna need to do some homework, do some research, figure out what's gonna be the best option for you. Of course, as always, talk to a lender to see what you can do. In those tours that I was doing a couple of weeks ago, I wanted to target home communities where the price point was more in line with what I typically see with first-time home buyers. It's gonna be between $150 and $250 generally is what I see. I've seen up to 275, 300 for new home buyers. I've seen as low as maybe to the 130s, but for the most part, I'm seeing between about 150 to 250. So I wanted to find communities that fit into that price range to let you know that you can do it. If your loan budget accommodates that price range, we can find you a new construction home in that price range, and also see if that particular community or that particular building company provides any type of financial incentives. So again, you're lowering your utility costs because it's energy efficient. You're lowering your need to make any major repair expenses because these are brand new items. You are lowering your capacity or your need to have to negotiate different expenses and things like that. So it can be a way more advantageous situation, financially if you were to pursue a new construction. And also considering the fact that builders are creating inventory, you're not necessarily fighting as hard to get one particular home. So those are things that I think you should definitely take into consideration if you're ready to jump into this home buying process, or if you're already in it and you're seeing that it's not what you thought it would be. Consider new construction. I think it might be a great benefit to you. But if you've got any more questions or you want to know a little bit more about how you can go about the new construction process, feel free to click the link for my Calendly. I'm happy to answer any questions that you may have as usual and have a quick conversation with you so you can to kind of help you make an educated decision about what you want to do. All right, but that's all I have for today, y'all. Much love, take care, and I will talk to you later.